Today I have with me Jason Madison in our quality control department. So Jason, what role does our customer feedback play in your quality control process?
So the primary thing we do on an annual basis elicit feedback from the customers. We want to hear from you. And so we get kind of a report card, or we kind of get feedback from them. And really most of that's driven through our sales team who's in contact with the customer. On the quality side, we're usually in contact with other quality people at our customers, right? So quality person says, oh, hey, we have this concern. We received this new shipment from you, and there's something different, and we'd like to talk to you about that. And so that feeds back into our process. So we'll go through the standard things that most manufacturers do, corrective actions, in order to, identify what's going on, find a root cause, work through that root cause, and then deliver a response that says, oh, we needed to make a modification to our system in order to avoid this from happening, this event from happening again. So on the one side, I guess the answer is that our sales team is eliciting information from customers that might be quiet. And then the quality team is generally already in tune with the ongoing daily needs, if something is coming up in the actual daily production stuff. This is our optical comparators, common piece of equipment for most manufacturers who are making small parts. We can put a part on here and we can take accurate digital measurements even though it's a visual inspection machine.
Do you have an example or something that you can discuss with us with a quality challenge that you guys were able to overcome?
I can think of a case where we make a small part that had a threaded opening, so we actually tap a hole in the part so the customer can put a bolt in there and tighten it down. And all of a sudden one day, the customer contacts us and they said, well, we've got these parts, but they look dirty and the bolts just go right through. They don't screw in, they just push right through. So we started investigating further. Well, what happens to these parts after they leave here? Well, as it turns out, they didn't go directly to the customer that was asking us about them. There's another process in the middle where they would go to an electroplating process. And after working with the customer and the electroplater, what was discovered is that the part was literally being eroded away slightly in the electroplating process. It was making all the surfaces shrink away. So it was eating away the threads that the bolt was supposed to fit into.
Oh, yeah.
We said, well, here's a proposal. We also work with electroplating companies. We do some outside processing and we do the logistics here through Deco. So we said, rather than you having to do the logistics yourself, how about if we take the ownership of that process? And so then we contracted with another plater that we work with on a regular basis, and we arranged an agreement that worked well with them, and now our customer's getting what they want, and we actually can see the parts before they go out. So we know what the customer's receiving without it going through the third party first. So it worked out to be, it's pretty cliche to say win-win, but it really did in this case. Yeah,
it really allowed us to take ownership then of having those parts match what our customer wanted and what they wanted to receive from us.
Right. One thing that we do like to do at Deco is to make sure that if there's a value-added opportunity for a zinc casting, that we can manage those logistics for our customers so that they don't have to worry about the value adds themselves. We have a lot of standard things like pin gauge drawers here for every 1,000th of an inch all the way down in order to make sure that we can measure parts of any size, holes of any size.
So recently here at Deco, we revised our quality policy, and we all love this because it is so easy for us to remember. Jason, do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about what was the driving factor behind it and our new quality policy?
Yeah. So we are an ISO 9001 registered company, and because of that, we have the quality management system, and one piece of the quality management system is that we have to have a policy. It's the quality policy that basically everything kind of falls under that. And for the first many years of Deco's ISO registry, we had kind of a stuffy wording that described how we were going to work on improving things all the time and how we were satisfying our customer and how we were going to invest in our employees, and pretty much nobody remembered it. Okay. So we felt this last year after our recertification audit that we needed to revise this, and this was actually the idea of Chris Storley, our CEO, and he said, how about since we're an ISO 9001 registered company, how about we make a simple quality policy that uses those 3 letters, I, S, and O, right? And so we did some brainstorming together, and Chris basically came up with this main thought that I am responsible for quality, satisfying the customer, and finding opportunities for improvement. So now, that simple statement is our new quality policy, and we rolled that out this year. It was really great. Now we just know that I, S, and O are the letters that define our quality policy. So it's just kind of fun. All of the inspection work that we do in our quality department is controlled by our custom-made databases that have our custom inspection plans on them for each customer's part number. And so we use the computers and we use all of the general equipment as necessary according to the inspection plans that we put in place in order to control product.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to meet with us. And I hope that you found this beneficial, and feel free to leave us any comments down below if you have questions that Jason can answer for you.